So I wake up in the morning and I turn on League and I make a commentary just for you. And I said, hey, what's going on? Okay, anyways, time for another commentary. And yeah, I've been listening to the 5-hour version of that song. Pretty epic. But I just finished packing, got myself some new luggage for the trip. And I just needed to make a few more videos for you guys to upload while I'm gone. And this one here, I actually clicked on IWDominate, as he is going to be one of the players in the Season 2 playoffs, potentially even the finals. So we're going to get to see some jungle action from him. Now, he's actually only 2,000 elo, but that's still pretty good. And so this should be a decent match. We got BruiseLeet, another name you should probably be familiar with. I don't personally know these other guys, but I am looking forward to it. I've already matched up all of the peeps here. I usually don't remember to do that, but I'm getting better, guys. I'm remembering to do stuff. Oh, look at the Q damage. Style X doing some work, but takes a lot of poke. In the meantime, they're probably just going to head back and get the health back. Possibly. Looks like we got some Malphite spamming the G. I've been seeing that a lot lately. Yeah, that gets old. Alright, doesn't seem like we're going to see any first bloods in the jungle before the creeps spawn, so pretty standard start here. Blue team going to be going for the red buff to start with, and then he's going to be heading up towards the top, so we could see an early gank onto that top lane. This is actually a very interesting setup here. I'm thinking it's going to be a support Lee Sin, just based on the team composition, so that's what I'm assuming until, yeah, it looks like Lee Sin is going to be going to the bottom lane. I was actually thinking that it would be, she would be going mid, but yeah, it looks like that they decided to put Malphite mid instead, so let me go ahead and swap this around, whip, just like that, and we've got it all fixed up and ready to go. Sweet. So Dominate does pick up that blue buff. He's going to be heading up to the top lane as well. Let's see if he actually goes there at the same time that Udyr does, possibly going for a counter gank. It could be a little 2v2 situation, so I'm curious who will be stronger. I feel like Nocturne is a little bit stronger early game. As long as he lands that Q and he's staying in that when he does his damage, it does so much burst, especially with the passive turn on. You can hit multiple targets with that. So you know, it actually reminds me, I used to play mid Nocturne when he was released because he's so strong. If you land one Q, you can just so quickly close the distance on somebody and take them out. Obviously, it depends on who you're going to be against as to whether that's going to work out or not. But it was pretty fun at the time back in the day. He was actually a lot more powerful than he is now. So here we go. It's going to be kind of interesting to watch this Malphite, how he's going to handle playing against an Orianna, as she has so much poke with that ball, and Malphite is good in the lane against a lot of opponents, but he does have mana issues. I found I actually just play. I don't really play a lot of Malphite, but I was in a solo queue game just before I started casting this, and I ended up having to play Malphite because the guy didn't switch with me or something like that. So I was like, I just tried to spam Q, and I was like, damn, I'm out of mana all the time. But anyways, that's just my observation there. So it doesn't seem like he's having too much problem, but at the same time, he's not really spamming any skills from what I can tell. And he is getting shoved up on pretty hard. I think that's going to be very easy for Orianna to be able to do at this point. It is very early in the game, so she knows she's not in too much danger of being ganked. Even if Nocturne comes out from behind, I think she should be okay to get away. She just use her ball to, you know, put down the slow on him or put the speed up on herself or whatever the case is. She's got flash up, and there's not much that Malphite can do to close the distance other than just that slow right there. Okay, she doesn't want to take turret hits because that could actually be bad. Now that she's a little bit lower on mana, he doesn't. Okay, she spammed out her, or not spammed out, but she wasted her ignite on a kill that was not going to take place. So I'm not sure if that was like panic ignite or what, but probably not the best choice. And now we do have BruiseLeet coming in here. This is where you want that ignite, as he's probably going to be able to come in here, and if he can get that stun off onto Malphite, this could be a good attempt, but she's not actually following that, and he's not going to do that either, so that's just going to be kind of like, hey, You're scared of me. And bottom lane, they are going to go ahead and engage. Let's see if there's any kills happening. No, not exactly. In fact, at the same time, I look down there, we got a first blood at the top lane from the jungle gank. So Dominate comes in and has a red buff. Looks like it's going to be a really bad situation as he gets slowed. There goes the exhaust and a fear. Man, there's just no chance for him. So many summoners being used there, and he's just in the wrong position for that. So that's unfortunate. It really sucks getting ganked before you can buy those wards. You just have to kind of be two things, like you have to be kind of lucky and how you push up the lane and where the jungler's at, and then you have to also just be safe. I mean, there's not really much else to it. Top lane is just one of those lanes that's really difficult, and it could snowball very easily as well. So we'll have to see if Darius can actually win versus her. I haven't seen Akali versus Darius personally, but I mean, she can go in her shroud and he can hit Qs on her, which do plenty of damage. So I'm thinking that he should be fine as long as he doesn't lose out on too much experience or creep farm from those ganks. And this is looking nasty. Down bottom lane, they almost took out a kill onto the Corki. He's not able to return any damage because if he went back in, it would have been auto attack Q. He's dead. So he had to back out of that. Lee Sin, being the support, isn't exactly fully built up on items enough to be able to take them down, especially with Soraka full health and heals ready to go and silence, all that good stuff. No way he could have done anything at that point. And they seem to be doing a great job down here. Soraka and Ezreal is a really strong combination. I mean, he can sit there and spam so easily. Definitely one of my favorite things to play as. If I'm Ezreal, I like to have a Soraka because it's like, well, I can make mistakes and then it doesn't matter because I'm back to full health. Ooh, that was really low. That shield just barely keeping her alive. With the ignite ticking away on her, it's not going to be enough to kill her, and that is very close. So jungle gank, or jungle pressure from BruiseLeet does help out a little bit there. Allows her to get away. Top lane looks like he's doing his best to put some pressure onto Akali as well, pulling her in, but actually is taking quite a bit of damage in return. He has to be careful now that she is level 6. She's got that triple dash. Same time though, he's got a lot of damage with his ultimate, and he can really put some pain onto her. All you need is a couple of stacks, and that ultimate really starts to add up for quite a large amount of damage early on, especially, like I said, with the true damage. And seems like we are seeing a bit of AP being built up on the Malphite, so he's not going to be the tankiest, but he will be doing a lot of burst damage with his abilities. Good job on the shield timing. That's going to help out quite a bit. Unfortunately, her poke is not as strong as it would be against some other laners, just because she has to first break through that shield. So as long as he doesn't stay in there and get consistently auto-attacked by her insanely nasty passive, then he should be okay. I have to take a drink of water. So bottom lane looks like they're going to be getting ganked here now by BruiseLeet very soon. They don't have wards to detect this, so he is good to go. All he has to do is land one stun, and they're going to lock somebody down. I feel like he should have saved that for Corki, though, as, yeah, it looks like he just Valkyries out, flashes away, and that was completely thwarted there. So that is not going to pay off in any way whatsoever. They're not sticking around. He's not going to come around for a second pass. And seems like with no mana, she's trying her best to do some work there, but with Nocturne coming in with the ultimate, perfect timing to shut him down. And by shut down, I just kill. He's not on a spree or anything. So that is just unfortunate. Almost got him down, but if she had more mana, she could have made that play. Excuse me. Don't have a mute button, so you get to hear me sneeze. Yes. All right. Bottom lane is doing a pretty good job. They haven't died or anything down here, but they... oh wow, nice. So he's got the ward there. You can see Soraka, so he's gonna be able to land some poke, but it's not gonna be enough to really make a difference. I'm gonna go ahead and go back up top lane because I don't see much happening with them shoved at the turret at this point. Call me Pounce. Let's see, is he about to pounce? Are we gonna see some Pounce in action soon? Possibly. All right. And Nocturne coming down here for a gank, and does he have a ward? Yes, he does have a ward, so looks like Dash 9 will be backing off. He's going to be safe and good to go. Could have a counter gank, though. BruiseLeet going to wait in the bush here. Is he strong enough to take on Dominate at this point? Who is the better jungler? It looks like Nocturne is on the run. He said, screw that, because he knows that the mid lane is going to come up and help out. Both teams are just going to back off. There will be no kill at this point in time. So pretty safe game so far, other than the 2 kills that have already taken place at the top lane, and then that's a great job from Nocturne in the middle. So Nocturne's pretty much been he's been the 2 kills of the game. He's doing a great job jungling. That's IWDominate for it, and nice job. So spoke too soon, as we do have some action on bottom. Ezreal really putting out the beastly damage, having just enough mana to pop out his ultimate and a few extra abilities to take them down. He's going to try and shove this lane and force them to lose creeps and probably head back to buy some items with that now heavy amount of gold that he just earned. What is he at now? 1,500. Actually, if he had a little bit more, he can go for a BF sword, but I'm curious, he might actually go for a Phage. I'm not sure what kind of build he wants to go for, if he wants to go for that straight up AD, or if he wants to go for the Trinity Force first. So I guess we'll see. Yeah, it is going to be the Phage, and he's going to give himself a couple of more sustain options. Which is interesting, because he doesn't have a Soraka, so he's got that. Oh wow, this is looking really, holy, wow, that burst. I was like, okay, they're gonna kill her, but I was not expecting her to just melt instantly. It is like the Wicked Witch of the West getting water tossed on her. No, it was worse than that, man. It was worse. It was just like explosion, not even melt, just explosion. I'm gone. It was like head popped. It was like the Children of the Corn just popped his head off or something. That's pretty nasty. It's like the kid from Looper blowing up the guy in the house because he was pissed. It's like, how dare you mess with my mommy? And now they're going to be taking the dragon here. BruiseLeet going to come in, try and do a little bit of smite action. StyleX with a nice kickback, going to stop that from being a possibility. Dash 9 coming in here to do a little bit of healing on a BruiseLeet, but could possibly get caught here if he stays. Looks like he's going to be in the middle of all of them, flashing away, but it's not going to be hard for them to catch up. There is another kill there as Dash 9 does fall. This is going to make red team get even farther in the lead, and Ezreal doesn't have enough mana to really follow up and make any plays here at this point. Doesn't have his ultimate anyways, as he did already use it in that situation. So we do have Orianna coming down here waiting for a dive if it were going to happen, but they do not decide to do that, so that's going to save them, and they are good to go back to the lane, or sorry, back to base, buy some items and whatnot. All right. Fairly close game so far. Red team did get a little bit of a lead from those few kills and the dragon, so that's going to give them 1,000 gold advantage right now. Not enough to make a determination of where the game is going to go, but they are looking fairly strong so far. I have to say though that Orianna gets to be a very big threat as the game goes on. She's such a great support and AP at the same time, and you know, it's one of those things like, she was played all the time in either like a permaban or permapick for a long time, and then they just barely nerfed her range. And that's funny because, I mean, some champions really rely on just a little bit of extra range to be so strong. It's interesting to see how much you can affect a champion's viability by modifying their range on an ability or an auto attack or something of that nature. As I mean, you think about it, certain champions, certain AD champions are so much different just from that. So you think of Caitlyn, Tristana, champions with such long ranges, that makes them infinitely stronger in certain situations than champions with a lower attack range. So anyways, I'm not going to rant about that any longer, just kind of something funny to think about. But yeah, Orianna, back to what I was actually going to talk about, is that Orianna is still a very strong champion. They really didn't nerf any damage or anything, just that one little piece of range. So people are starting to pick her up a little bit here and there, just the people that know how to play her well. She's always been a really high skill cap champion. I never really got proficient with her. It takes a little bit of time to get her down just right, and you have to use her abilities correctly. It's very easy to miss. But they did give her some quality of life improvements. Have to say have been really nice. So where you can't accidentally whiff your ultimate as much as you used to be able to, because I think whenever there's like a slight cooldown on using your ultimate after your ball gets reset on something like you know, your range reset or whatever. So that's one good thing. Now Soraka down here going to be jumped onto. I think she's going to be fine. She's got her heal, and damage coming in from Deal 87 is going to back StyleX off as well, since Corki wasn't even in there trying to do any work. I think he's just like, screw it, I'm going to farm, as I don't want to go do a 2v3 situation. And nice poke coming in here. Ezreal's actually doing a great job landing all those Qs and Ws where, yeah, it is important. So As far as middle lane is concerned, he is going to be going for a DFG and probably going to be going for an Abyssal Scepter. That's kind of the standard setup for a mid AP Malphite. And well, hell, I see a lot of Abyssal Scepters on Malphite in general, even if you go a little bit tankier. And that's the cool thing that you can do that. Top lane is just getting bullied so much. They're like, no, Darius, you are not going to get ahead this game. And Dominate definitely playing this. I mean, actually, he's just all over the place. He's all over mid and top mostly. But that's exactly what you need. I mean, if you can destroy 2 lanes and force a champion like Darius to not ever get ahead, he's just going to be useless the whole game. And it looks like Darius is actually sad that he's actually making fun of BruiseLeet. So he's really game without a jungle. In fact, BruiseLeet runs in here, gets destroyed there, exhausted at the turret, and just bursted down so extremely fast. So not his best game as far as that decision is concerned. And I wouldn't necessarily say that he's not... I mean, sometimes it's just hard as jungler. You can run into a lane, and if the lane is just doing so bad, you can't really make a difference. So... I don't know, that's been my experience with Udyr. It's like, some games, it's like everything you do, you're just totally on par, and then other games, there's not any opportunities for you, and it just really sucks. Oh my god, that was so close. I wasn't sure if Dill87 was going to grab that kill or not, but he just had that one last bit of damage, and it grabbed it. There's the banana, or maybe the cube, not sure what picked it up, but either way, Soraka grabs the kill, and that's going to be 2 down in the lane, so Ezreal starting to really pull ahead here. And that could be their saving grace. Blue team is losing out big time on the mid and top lane, mostly on the top lane. But Ezreal could begin to carry this lane as long as he continues to play so well. But that, oh my god, was so close. For a second I was like, oh my god, that Ignite's gonna kill Ezreal, but he actually didn't get ignited. Yeah, he doesn't have Clint, so yeah, he didn't get ignited. I guess it was actually the Malphite that got ignited, so perfect timing for Orianna to come in there with a shield and then pulls him back with her ultimate, so he wasn't able to do any more damage to Ezreal, and then bam, they clean him up. That was actually really nice. So good to see that teamwork there, and great job having that eye on the minimap to know when to roam around, and that's actually very important as a mid or even sometimes as a top laner, to know when to actually roam around on the map and go help out your teammate versus just continuing to push. And in this particular case, he was actually able to roam down bottom and go back up to the mid and take the tower. So this is looking pretty good. I can definitely say blue team is still in this game, even though they had a little bit of trouble in the top lane, and Darius is going to be kind of useless later on if he continues on that path. I think Orianna might be able to make a difference, especially just, I mean, for one thing, being able to put like a shield on Darius, have him run in faster and pull people in, and then she uses her ultimate to displace them even further. There's a lot of potential with that, I have to say. Oh my god, but this burst is ridiculous. She just goes down so fast. They've got, every time I've seen like Dominate go into a place, he bursts them down, and then, I mean, you got mid, jungle, and top are all really bursty right now, it seems like. Lee Sin as a support lane here. He's not getting a lot of farm, so he's not going to be a huge threat in these fights, but he's still going to be annoying as hell. He's going to jump onto people, kick them around, and so, I don't know. It's just going to have to be like, who's going to be more useful, Soraka or Lee Sin? I kind of feel like Soraka right now until Lee Sin starts to grab items, potentially. But I could be proven wrong. All it's going to take is like one really good kick or him like jumping on someone and getting a nice engage, and he'll turn something around really nicely. Okay, bottom lane looks like he's going to be trying to do some 1v2, but Ezreal is actually the 1v2 king, so you're not going to 1v2 Ezreal Soraka, that's for damn sure. StyleX tries to come down here. It's unfortunate. If this was anyone else but Soraka, they might have a little bit better chance of doing work in this lane. As, you know, it's hard to actually do a kill lane with this, and Dominate actually comes in, not a lot of mana, but just enough to land his ultimate and his spear, so that cleans up one kill. They go for the dive to get the second one. Nice job on Dash9 to come in here and try and pick up some, you know, some recovery on that one. He is going to grab one kill with his ultimate. YOLO, oh my god, nice job with the stun. BruiseLeet stops him, and a second ulti from Dash9. So let's see if he can come in here for the dive. You do have an Orianna on her way down to make some work happen. Boom, there's, oh my god. so many ultimates, and that is Dunk Master Darius on the rampage. So despite having kind of a bad start there, he was able to get down there, pick up 3 kills. That's going to put him back into the game compared to, compared to Akali, who's only got 1 kill from that gank from the, from Dominate. Well, actually, Dominate is doing really well. He's got 6-0, so Dominate's been picking up all the kills. But Akali's not going to have that huge snowball lead just from the kills. She's going to have a little bit of extra gold by having those assists. But, I mean, look at this double DFG. I just realized you've got Akali and you've got Malphite with DFG. So this is going to be actually pretty funny watching those health bars just drop drastically. Again, that goes back to what I was saying, just like huge burst team. These guys are really looking to capitalize on people being out of position and just destroy one target extremely fast, make it a 4v5, and then finish off the fight that way. On the other hand, though, they have a really nice sustain team for blue, so I feel like it's hard to say. Like, it's going to come down to if blue team gets caught out of position just a little bit, or in one case, then red team's going to mop them up so extremely fast. However, in a more standard, like a pushing battle, blue's gonna win this. They've got good poke and they've got sustain with Soraka, so it's gonna be, and they've got tankiness as well. So it's gonna be very difficult for red to actually win out in a fight if they can't destroy some of them right away. Looks like they may try and bait out a dragon fight. They've got a ward over here. They're actually just sitting over. I don't know if they're planning on all just flashing over or Darius pulling someone in. But this could be really nasty for these guys. Here it comes, and oh my god, there's the ultimate, and wasn't any follow-up on that, so Stylex is going to get away. He's only the support, so him being the lowest is not going to be super duper important, but at the same time it's going to be definitely a change in the pace of this, as they're not going to be able to full-on engage these guys out in the open. They're going to have to try and fight at the turret, or going to have to try and wait for them to at least start on Baron so they can have that Baron damage helping them out. All right. So we're getting to the position now where both teams are pretty much grouping up. It's 22 minutes. Team fight timing in the game, usually around 20 to 24 minutes is when it's big time team fight. And here it goes. There's the engage. 2 people getting knocked up by Malphite's ultimate. Pretty decent damage happening from that. Dominate goes ahead and follows up. We're looking at a 1-to-1 trade so far. Dominate has to run back out of that, but he is kiting a little bit. Here's the fear and double kill for -9 right before he falls to the combined efforts of Stylex and TGDevilFenix. Down goes Call Me Pounce, as we are now at an even trade there between the two teams. So can they pick up anything else? Doesn't look like they're going to be able to kill anyone else. I don't think they can push down the turret, as they've got plenty of, they got pretty much Dill and TGDevilFenix are at the same HP, but at the turret he's not going to be able to jump in there and really do much. So they're just kind of back off, and no real gain for either team. I think it's going to really come down to the next fight then, and potentially we could see some action. Blue is actually ahead right now, as they were behind a little bit at the start, but they've kind of caught themselves up. They've been doing a great job in the last couple of team fights, and I have to give them credit to that for sure. They've gotten the global gold advantage by taking all 3 front turrets, as opposed to red only having the top one down, and that's going to make a big difference as well. Oh no, looks like Dominate just DC'd from the game. Hopefully that will be only a temporary one and not something more permanent. Stylex getting bursted quite a lot. I don't think they're going to have enough to kill him, even with the Shurelya's. There's no way they can actually lock him down with his ability to just blink to a teammate. So much extra farm for Orianna, and it's pretty much to be expected, as she has a lot of AoE farm potential as well as range. There's not a gigantic leap in CS for the other lanes. They're fairly close for the most part, Now, right now with Dominate being DC from the game, whether they know that or not, oh my god, they almost stole it. But obviously Malphite is not the jungler. He doesn't have smite, so he can't pick that up. That's going to be a death for him. This could be lights out for red team, as now with a Baron up blue side, DC dominates, and now a dead Malphite. These guys are going to get a nice, easy push into the turret, potentially dive if they keep poking. Look at that poke, already took him down below half HP. All they got to do is wait for the creeps, and then they're going to take this turret down extremely fast. Ezreal does have that Trinity Force, which is great for shoving down turrets. You get the attack speed and the extra damage every time you cast an ability each 2 seconds. Great thing about Ezreal I really love is just using your W to speed up your entire team so that you can damage the turret. It's kind of like skill shot Warwick W, which I actually always miss my W on my teammates. Like, they always juke me. Like, alright, I'm gonna give you attack speed, and then they just move. I'm like, damn it! Why you do this to me? Oh, that's why I can't play skill shot champions, man. I gotta play easy champions like Fizz or Talon. You just click on someone and they die. That's what I'm all about, man. Them assassins with no skill shots. Good tough, good stuff, good stuff. Alright, so I haven't seen Dominate come back. I think this could be it. They are even up on kills, but a gigantic global gold lead. It's kind of wild to see that. You know, the fact that you can be even on kills, but so extremely far behind on gold. I mean, at 7, almost coming up on 8,000 gold difference just from turrets, dragons. I don't know. I mean, Red got a few dragons, but yeah, the Baron for sure. Alright, let's take a look at what we got here. Malphite still building, pretty much what I thought he was going to. The Abyssal going to be picked up fairly soon. What does he have? And by fairly soon, I mean not very soon, because he needs another 700 gold for that. Either way, we've got Gunblade being worked on for Akali. She's already fairly strong as it is. You know, I haven't seen Akali's being played so much lately. It's she kind of fell off after the Gunblade change. I don't think they even nerfed Akali at all. But once they nerfed the Gunblade, if you remember that from a while back, you started seeing a giant drop off of Akali players, which is kind of interesting, I thought. And I don't know if that was the only reason. It could be the release of new champions, but nice ulti there from YOLO. It's just not enough because he has no follow-up from his team. Obviously, Dominate is not in the game, and that's pretty much just going to cost them. They can't do anything. 4v5. I feel like if Dominate was still in there, they had plenty of opportunity to do some work. Akali does fall down. She's trying to fight dash 9. That's obviously not going to work out. So that's going to be a GG. So unfortunately, sorry about the DC. That kind of ruins the very end of the game. But it was a pretty action-packed, exciting early on game. Very good to watch. Great job by Dominate early on in jungle, but unfortunately, you know, him being DC is just a bit too heavy. So, alright, I will see you guys around for the next video. As always, hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Love you guys. Peace out.